I hope your day is full of Skittles and M&Ms and gumdrops and gumballs and jawbreakers and airheads and warheads. It's a candy episode, motherfuckers. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Shenk. I'm Sara Weinshenk. We have an amazing episode of Shenk for you this week with the one, the only comedian Mark Normand. But before we get into this week's episode of Shenk with Mark Normand, there's just a few things I want to tell you about. One, This Bitch and Friends in the main room of the Comedy Store, 314. Fire lineup. It's me, Kim Congdon, Ali McCoskey, Josh Potter, Ryan Sickler, Greg Fitzsimmons, Ian Edwards. We've sold out every show. Get those tickets sooner rather than later. And then April 18th, we're coming to the main room again. So far, it's me, Kim, Whitney Cummings, and Beth Stelling. And we're going to be adding a lot more. So look out. Buy the tickets sooner rather than later because we've sold out every time, guys. Before we get into this week's episode of Shenk with Mark, there's just one thing I want to tell you about, and that's, oh yeah, socks. Oh yeah, are you wearing socks right now? If you're not, you're a dirty little piggy. And you need to ask yourself why you think that that's okay. You think it's okay to go sockless, to be raw dogging your shoes? You need socks. They protect your most valuable assets, your toes. Toes are a form of currency in 2024, guys. Protect them, but do it in a stylish way by buying a pair of socks from Oh Yeah. Whether you're into alligators or flamingos, there's a pair of slippers or socks for you. I'm obsessed with the alligator slippers. They're one of my favorite pairs. I wear them all the time. Shop ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara10, SARA 10. And guys, before we get into this week's episode of Shenk with Mark Normand, I just want to remind you, please support the Patreon, patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk. Buy some merch. All of it is in the link tree on my Instagram at Princess Shenk. All right, guys, let's do it. Let's get into this week's episode of Shenk with the one and the only comedian Mark Normand. Here it is, guys. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Shenk. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is the one, the only comedian Mark Normand.
Hey, good to be here.
It's the return of Mark Normand.
Yeah, good to be back. It's weird. The only time we really converse is over a microphone.
A microphone, and then the last time I saw you was at the strip club in Vegas before I got kicked out.
Skankfest.
Skankfest.
Yeah, that was a wild after party.
That was a wild after party. I have a drunken memory of at one point slapping a stripper's ass, and you were standing right there, and then I got kicked out moments later.
Girls can't do that?
No, I could.
Okay.
I remember being like, this is fun, and then you know what happened, and I got kicked out.
Yeah.
Should we get into it?
Sure, I got a big bit out of it.
You
it's like
did?
one of my big jokes because it was such a funny scenario. But to paint a picture, every Skankfest, they had the after party at a strip club every night.
Called Peppermint Hippo.
Whoa, is that what it was called?
No, I remember the name.
I don't remember the name.
It was the worst night of my life, Mark.
Yeah.
Of course I remember the name. I was crying in the strip club saying, I'm not a bad person.
You got Karen'd right out of there.
I got Karen out of there for touching a black lady's weave. I've talked about it on several podcasts, so
okay.
Most of my listeners know the full story of what happened. Do you know the full story of what happened?
No, I just knew you were a bit distraught that night.
I was crying and I had grills in. It was bad.
Wow, you got reverse Rosa Parks.
I did. No, what happened was, okay, so we were all on the party bus. You remember being on the party bus.
You gotta love the party bus is funner than the party.
The party bus was the best part of the night for me.
Always.
The second I walked into the strip club, that's when shit went downhill for me. But so we're sitting in the party bus, everything's fine, and there weren't enough seats, so I had to sit on Jamar Neighbor's lap.
Hey, you could do worse than old neighbors, huh?
So I'm sitting on Jamar's lap.
It's like sitting on a stool upside down.
And he looks across at this girl that's sitting across from us and goes, "Are you a stripper?"
Mm-hmm.
And she was instantly offended because she was not a stripper.
Ouch.
And she was a black woman. And she said, "You're asking the only black woman on the bus if she's a stripper." And she thought that Jamar was my boyfriend.
Oh.
So she, before we even got to the strip club, was already mad at me because she thought that my boyfriend, Jamar, who wasn't even my boyfriend, was calling her a stripper.
Uh-huh.
And then we got to the strip club, and all of her friends were pissed off too. Like there was these pissed off lesbians coming at me being like, "The man that you're with
Wait, you can just say lesbian.
They
you
were
don't have to say
mad.
pissed off
They
lesbian.
were mad. It was a different energy. A pissed off lesbian is different than just a lesbian, Mark.
Okay. Well,
am I right or am I wrong?
Tell that to Ellen. She's terrifying. But yeah, no, all right, keep going. This is riveting.
You don't know the backstory.
Is it offensive to be called a stripper as a woman?
Well, this lady was offended. She was offended by everything I did this entire night and everything that everyone did.
Got it.
She was already pissed before we got to the club.
Ah.
So then her pissed off lesbian friends, or lesbians as you call them, come up to me and they go, the man that you're with is a nightmare. I can't believe that's your boyfriend.
Wow.
And then DeMar gets painted as being this demon. And in his defense, she looked like a different girl who was on the bus the day before who was an actual stripper. They had the same face.
Oh, okay.
So
there
it was
you
an
go.
innocent mistake on DeMar's part.
Sure.
So we thought that she was just going to brush it off, but she didn't. And then everyone was coming up to me being like, the man that you're with is a pig. Like, they were all mad, right? And I didn't know. I'm like drunk and at Skankfest on mushrooms having the time of my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, la, 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 la. So I go to try to make things better. And I'm like, hey, are you mad? And I went like this. And when I went like this, I touched the back of her hair.
Oh, come on.
And then she goes, because I was on mushrooms, I was like, hey, are you mad? Like that. And
Yeah.
she goes, oh, hell no. And then she goes crazy. And then all of her friends go crazy. And then I start crying. And then in the middle of crying, I thought we all came together because we were all on the bus together. So I
Sure.
thought the champagne in their bucket was also like my champagne.
Oh.
So then I touch her hair and then I pour some of my her champagne. And it's like the last bit of the champagne. And she's like yelling at me and turned into like this whole thing. And then I start crying that I'm not a bad person.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't know what part of the night you saw.
I
but
saw the crying and
you
the
who
throwing
did-
out the Jazzy
I got
Jeff.
I got thrown out.
Yeah.
I got thrown out of a strip club in Vegas.
That's hard to do, especially as a lady.
A lady.
A guy can do a honk honk and get thrown
Yeah.
out, but you went full on, please like me, and it was
Please
a spiral.
like me. Yeah.
They gaslit you because you're not a bad person, but
No.
they worked you.
I felt
they
like
worked
Larry
you down.
David. I
Yeah.
felt like Larry David. And then when I told Ian Fidance, I was like, I feel like Larry David. He was like, Ian Fidance is well liked. I mean, he said, Larry David is well liked. And I was like, no, that hurts
damn.
even more.
Yeah, we need a video of you getting pulled out on camera footage, and then ba ba da
Yeah, the music.
Yeah,
And then they gave me a babysitter for the rest of the night. It was like an
Damn.
intern at Gas. And he was in charge of me. I don't even remember his name. I was like crying with him when we were drinking wine, eating grilled cheese afterward.
you had a handler,
I had
a Chelsea handler. Well, we need to talk to this kid because I bet that was the highlight of his life. He's probably some incel who's like, hey, I get to talk to a real life lady.
Yeah, we were drinking white wine at the, while I was sobbing. Okay, so
Pretty
wait.
good intern job, better than waiting on Lewis hand and foot.
Yeah. That was the rest of his night was being my babysitter.
Yeah.
So what was your perception of what happened?
Well, I was
You just, like,
I was drunk as well, and at Skankfest, I'm got Ian Finance in a headlock. You're looking at boobs, and I would see over to my right that you guys were all like in a skerfuffle. There was a lot of screaming and women being mad, so I just was like, I'm staying away from that. And then Kim Congdon's there. Whenever she's there, you don't know if she's got a knife or a pistol or what. So I just kind of kept my distance.
Right. You're like, it was very like Jerry Springer energy.
Yes,
It was
exactly.
trashy.
Totally.
It was one of those things. I think about that night all the time.
Yeah, well,
It's one of those for me.
you got shafted, I
got
think, a little bit.
shafted.
But plus, Jamar's got a mohawk on and he's shirtless and he's running around.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of chaos.
Yeah, and then they thought that Jamar, because they villainized me and Jamar from the second we got on, after we got off that bus.
Well, why are they on our party bus? This is a Skankfest sanctioned
because
party, you crazy whores. Get off our bus.
Because Jordan Jensen knew one of their friends, and they were in town for a Beyonce concert.
Jordan Jensen knows lesbians? Get out of here. I don't believe it.
They were in town for a fucking Beyonce concert.
Oh, this is
They
worlds
were all
colliding.
coked out doing at the Beyonce concert, and I was on mushrooms trying to make things right.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between Skankfest clientele and Beyonce clientele, you know?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be commingling.
Mixing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm still recovering from that incident.
I hear you.
What's going on with you?
Oh, well, it's Valentine's Day.
Are you doing anything?
I got a hot date with the wife later.
What are you guys doing?
We're going on a dinner date and then some.
Oh.
But I don't want to say too much.
About that.
But yeah,
You
then-
planned it?
Kind of, yeah. I had help. I had help.
Did she plan it?
I planned it more than her. So
That's nice.
I think I'm going to go home and get a little dolled up. I feel like dressing up tonight. I might put on a gay blazer and a boot.
A blazer and a boot? I like
Yeah.
it for Valentine's Day aesthetic. Have you ever had any bad Valentine's Days?
Oh, sure. I mean, I was single for years and just doing like the U-ups. You know,
The
we've
you
all been
up
there.
on a Valentine's Day is dark.
And I've had the you know those relationships that are going on too long, like a high school sweetheart that just won't fade out.
And you're like...
those are sad.
I've had a few like that.
You're in a Thai restaurant at 8:30.
Yeah,
It's the only thing
I
open. No
know.
one's talking to each other. You're both pushing, pad Thai around.
That is so sad. The thought of just pushing an egg.
Yeah.
Trying to force the relationship that has ended.
I know, and there's some old Asian lady waitress who her husband's been dead. He died in the rice paddy 10 years ago, and so we've had some bad ones. And then you got the single one where you go out and you're like, I will say, women are pretty
Sad.
sad
And horny.
Sad and horny. So if you go to a bar, you can really pick up a real lady at a low point.
A real sad woman.
Yeah.
You can get a sad lady's a blowjob from a sad woman.
Hey, that's the
Most
best kind.
likely.
The tears add lube. So yeah, it's a bad night for single women, I think, and a good night for single men.
Yeah, single women Valentine's, and then they try to make it like better. They're like, it's Galentine's Day. It's like, no, that is sad and dark.
That it really is.
Galentine's Day. I was stoned. I was watching the news yesterday. I was leaving from the airport from my parents' house, and they just have the news on all the time. And they did a whole segment on Galentine's Day, and I'm like, what is the news? Well, how is this a segment?
Wow, we just had a shooting with a trans lady. Let's talk about that. You know,
They're like, Galentine's Day. Here are some great ideas. Go on a picnic with your girlfriend. I was like, this is sad and dark.
A racial hate crime is less sad than that. Show that.
Then Galentine, and I hate the name.
Oh, it's horrible. It's very live, laugh, love. It's like a white lady mom phrase.
It's like, we're taking back the Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Well, it is. Let's be honest. The whole thing's
a charade.
It's cooked up by Madison Avenue. We got to sell chocolate. We got to sell flowers. We got to sell cards.
I know.
That's all. I mean, look at a wedding ring. You know, it's like, hey, you got to have 2 months worth of rent. Well, who made these arbitrary rules?
Yeah, wedding rings are fucking expensive. I don't know. I've never
crazy.
had to buy one.
Some poor African kid in a mine in Nigeria had
blood diamonds.
Get blown up over this thing, and some girl's like, it's not big enough.
That's so dark.
I know, it's all dark. That's the theme tonight. Dark.
I walked into a stranger's vomit one Valentine's Day. It was the end of our I was on a date with this guy. It was the end of our relationship because he took us to a steakhouse that overlooked the freeway on-ramp in Pomona. And I was like, this is not going to work for me.
Whoa.
And then I stepped in a stranger's vomit.
Nice.
And then it was the worst Valentine's Day.
Jeez. How'd it go with Jamar after that? Damn, that is sad.
Friends.
Looking out to the freeway's bad because you're like, they're going somewhere and this relationship is going nowhere.
No. I've had some sad Valentine's Day.
Well, Valentine's is like New Year's. It's a lot of build-up. Like, it's going to be this magical night where everything comes together, but it's just another fucking night on the calendar.
New Year's? Have you had any good New Year's? I like how you're holding both mics.
Sorry, I'm holding on for dear life.
I feel like you're flying the table. It looks like
DEI. I got the job as a pilot. I've had some great New Year's and some bad ones. New Year's is tough because you're just trying to look for that perfect party, and then before you know it, the night's over.
You spend the whole night looking for the part. You spend the whole week looking for what to do.
Exactly, and everything's got to be perfect. It's like a wedding, and then you're like, if you just chill and enjoy yourself, it'll actually be a lot better.
How long did you have to plan your wedding for?
Well, the lady did all of it. Because
nice.
Marriage to me is kind of antiquated and weird, but she wanted to do it, so I was like, I'll do it, but you got to plan the wedding. And she was like, done.
Yeah,
and she
it's
killed
probably fun.
It was super. Well, I think she was pretty stressed out, but I gotta say she crushed it.
She did a great job.
We had a hell of a wedding. We had a great live band. We had oyster spread. We had great food, bar, French Quarter, New Orleans. Perfect night.
That's awesome. Did you guys go on a honeymoon?
Oh yeah, I went to South Africa.
How is that?
It was incredible.
Did you see any animals?
We got an interruption. Oh hey, what is this?
What is that?
Coffee.
Oh sure.
More coffee? You sure?
Yeah, I'm crazy, Mark.
All right,
You saw me in the strip club.
Yeah, good point. Spike that coffee.
I don't
Put some
know.
mushroom.
I have no limits. I'm going to go touch someone's weave after this. Look out.
Heads up. Yeah, speaking of weave, I was in Africa.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Good transition there.
We went to Amsterdam first to like kick it off with some shrooms and some
So
Anne
fun.
Frank. And
How was Amsterdam? I've never been.
what?
I've never been.
You
I
would
know.
thrive there.
I know. I'm afraid I just won't come back.
Yeah, you'll get put in an attic and scooped up.
And that's it, baby.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're done.
I'll be journaling.
Hell of a diary. I'd like to
Except
read
it's
your
all
diary.
online.
Yeah, right.
It just tweets.
The blog of Weinshenk.
Yeah.
So yeah, Amsterdam's cool. It's really pretty, but it rained the whole time, so it kind of fucked us. And then we flew to South Africa, which is a bitch of a flight. I didn't factor that in.
How long?
It was like 9 hours or something.
Whoa. I
So
wonder how long from like New York. That sounds like a nightmare.
New York's probably about 11,
Okay.
but we flew in. And once we got to South Africa, like, this is awesome. We went to Cape Town, hit the beach, and then we got on a little flight and went to safari. And that was the highlight.
I'm so jealous of the safari. The safari is what I was going to ask you about.
I'm not an animal guy. I'm not a wilderness guy, but this was so cool and well done. You wake up and there's elephants out your big giant window, and they're just bathing in a river, and you're like,
That
what
is
the
so cool.
fuck? It was amazing.
Did you have like a special safari outfit, like a big hat and like a tropical shirt?
Not really. I think I had like an improv sweater or a comedy store shirt. But the guy was a South African guy. He's like, he sounds Australian. He's like, we're gonna see lions today, you know. And
you
get
saw
in
lions?
we saw lions. You get in a Jeep, and the Jeep is open, by the way. No doors, no roof, and there's just a leopard right there walking by.
I need giraffes.
We saw a ton of giraffes, ton of elephants, ton of monkeys, ton of zebra, warthogs.
That's fucking sick. I wouldn't have picked South Africa, but now that I know about the safari.
Oh yeah, and the resort is all inclusive. So I just drank all day, and then I would swim. You get your own pool. You swim, and then you go out into the safari jeep, and you're just drunk. Like, whoa, there's a ring-tailed lemur.
No.
Oh yeah.
That is awesome.
It was really something special. Then you come back and there's dinner and you all come together. The whole resort has a big dinner and you get to meet everybody. And
Did you like that?
that was a little much.
I don't know if I want to meet everyone at the resort.
That part sucked. Then once my fucking dumb wife goes, hey, you know, he's a comedian. And
No!
I was like, oh,
no.
retard.
Anything but that.
I know. So then they're all like, whoa, do you know Dane Cook? What's he like? I'm like, God, I was enjoying my honeymoon. Brutal. Tell us a joke. Hey, we got a comedian here. Tink, 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 tink. He's going to do a little chunk on leopards. Like, no.
That is a literal nightmare.
The only thing worse than a leopard is a cougar. Am I right? You know, brutal.
I try to avoid for as long as what do you do if someone asks what you do and you don't want to tell them you're a comic?
Uber. Well, Uber's tough because they always go, what are you doing in town? And I go, I'm here for a wedding. And they're like, really? On a Monday? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, who's getting married? And I'm like, my dad. I always panic, you know. So I go wedding, but then if they ask what I do, I say I'm in sales because it's kind of vague.
Oh, that's so smart. I should start saying sales.
But then they go, what do you sell? And then you got to go, medical supplies.
That's so boring. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then did they stop asking?
Usually, but sometimes you get my brother-in-law is in medical supplies. What are you in, 3M, dental? What? I'm like,
Heart devices. Anyways.
Yeah, you just make I'm in the Weinshenk, Weinshenk industries.
Yeah, exactly. No, I try not to tell. Or I'll just be like, I'm a writer. And then the problem is like, what do you write? It's like, nothing.
Yeah, sometimes I've done that, then I say travel blogs.
That's a good one.
But then they go, where have you been? And you got to go, I've been to Wuhan. I came back with a cough.
No. Oh my God, that's like, I just got a car, and in between, it was funny because they went to go do a credit check on me, but they really went to go look at my social media, and then when they came back,
oh no.
When they came back, it was a totally different energy.
Yeah.
They was like, so, how long have you been doing comedy for?
And they all think they love comedy, but then they hear one podcast and they're like, "Whoa, you said the R word like 4 times."
Yeah.
They're like, "I know. This is why I held my real identity from you because I don't want to deal with
I
this
don't
shit."
want to deal with this shit. He gets in the car to show me how to work it. He goes, "So, how's Joe Rogan?" He's a nice guy. Anyway, so how do I link the Bluetooth to the?
Exactly.
I don't. That doesn't matter. I've been here for fucking 4 hours, bro. Buying a car takes forever.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I bought mine online and just got in, got out.
You did?
Yeah.
You didn't see it before it arrived?
No, it's like hookers. I just ship it. No, but I bought a classic car. I bought like a vintage car. So
What kind?
1973 BMW 02.
What's an O2?
It's a weird name. It's the model. It's not the year, but it's called the 2002, and it has 2 doors and a two-stroke, 2-cylinder, something like that. So it's called 2002, and it's one of the coolest cars. It saved BMW. If you pull it, I don't know if you guys have access, but pull it. It's a cool photo.
Yeah. Oh, this is like the kind of car that very close to the kind of car I drove. I learned how to drive in.
Oh, really?
Well, my dad had an 87, so not that close, but it just reminds me a little bit of the body style.
Yeah, so Beamer, struggling company in the 50s and 60s, and then they pulled out this car, and it saved the whole company, and now that's why we have Beamer are still successful today.
Well, that's crazy. Is that your main form of transportation, or do you have another car too?
It's the main form in New York because, you don't drive.
Right.
So I'll take it out to like Jersey or upstate or Long Island.
It's like your
and do some
weekend
gigs.
car.
Yeah, get in that thing. And the wife hates it because it's like
It
no
doesn't
heat,
work.
no radio, no seatbelts, no insurance.
No seatbelts?
It has the seatbelt, but it's just like a fucking string with a hook on it.
That's wild.
Yeah, but you have
Fuck
fun.
it.
I've never gotten into a wreck. Yeah,
I
know,
knock
right?
on wood.
Good call. Shouldn't have said that.
I'm all
Fuck.
paranoid though.
And I drink.
Do not drink and drive, Mark.
Well, that's the beauty of a stick shift. It keeps you locked
no,
in.
that is crazy.
I can't text. I can't talk. I'm locked in, baby.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how to drive? I mean, how long have you been driving stick shift?
I taught myself on that car. I was so bored during the pandemic.
I'm sorry. You bought the car, never looking at it.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, that one.
Yep.
And then you're like, I got some time to kill. I'll teach myself how to drive it.
Yeah.
You bought it, but you didn't know how to drive it?
Pretty much.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah. It was wild. And it's a hard car. It's a 50-year-old car, so it's a hard car to learn how to drive. And I'm in Manhattan, so people are like, get out of the way,
That's
bitch.
why your wife hates it.
Yeah,
She's like,
yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't really know how to drive it. He got it offline.
But you want to learn how to drive, learn how to do something, just throw yourself into it. Like, you don't know Mandarin. If I put you in China for 6 weeks, you would learn Mandarin.
I don't think I personally would.
All
I
right.
think I come back being like, so I'm fucking this Mandarin guy. He taught me a few words, but that's all I know.
All right. You might have a point there. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we cracked a book every day and did tutoring for 2 weeks, it would be hard to learn Mandarin. But if you're in it, I think you pick it up more.
Yeah, if you're just immersed in it. We need another pandemic so that I can learn Mandarin.
There you go.
No, but I tried to teach myself how to play the keyboard during the pandemic.
I tried that too. I couldn't stick with it.
I couldn't stick with it.
What's wrong with us?
I don't know.
I had lessons. I had
I got an
video
app.
tutorial.
Well, this is really dark. I financed the keyboard. I had no money, and I was like, I want to have a piano.
Yeah.
This was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. And I go, I'll finance the piano.
Oh,
So
wow.
making payments on this keyboard, but then I never taught myself how to play it. So then it was just sitting in my kitchen, and it was like this sad reminder of this thing I financed that I don't know how to play. And so eventually one day I said, that's it. I'm selling it. And I just sold it.
Wow.
But
Good for you. You got rid of it.
I got rid of it, but I would love to have it back.
No, you wouldn't. You say that. You like the idea of
I
having
like
it.
the idea of a
but you wouldn't
piano.
learn
Like,
it.
I imagine this. It's Christmas. I come down in a gown. Everyone's like, whoa, there she is.
Right.
I'm like going to play Winter Wonderland and everyone's going to watch. That's my fantasy.
I know. There's something cool about tickling
Yes!
those ivories. You know, you're at a party. You're like, hey, Sarah, there's a piano over there. Oh, I didn't notice. Then you just pop that top off.
Yeah.
And you're just doing a rock around the clock, and everybody's like, holy shit! And the party starts, and there's a girl
Yes.
dancing on the piano. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I know. I
The
wanted
piano
that too.
fantasy is real.
We had the same fantasy.
Yeah, dude. When I was in, I want to say like first grade or second grade, my cousin locked me in the bathroom and she said, I'm going to tell you what sex is. And I was like, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Whoa.
She said, sex is when a woman lies down on the bed and a man plays the piano for her. So that's what I thought sex was for like years.
That's adorable.
I know.
And I think that a lot of women would prefer that than actual sex.
Yeah, put your dick away. When are you gonna tickle the ivories?
Yeah. Wow. That's kind of weird. But
It is weird.
kids are fun. See, that was pre-cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, so we had to do weird shit like that. We had to like make up stuff.
And we believed it.
We believe it. Now you're like, what's sex? Oh my God. Jesus. I'm
It's
too
too
young.
much.
Too much. I saw porno pretty young, and
How old?
I think I was like 11,
That
but it
is
was
young.
like some hardcore fucking. And
Hardcore fucking.
I think it was
Do you
a little
remember
much.
the one?
I remember it vividly.
Do you remember like the premise? No, you just
No.
remember the tits.
No, I remember the
I'm like,
boobs
so what was
and
the
the dick.
storyline?
Yeah.
That's such a woman thing to ask.
Yeah, it was a guy was playing a piano.
Okay,
and a woman was laying on the bed. No. Yeah, but are you going, so you know Joe Rogan? No, I'm just kidding. Are you going to go back there? Every time I'm at the mothership, I feel like I see it.
Yeah, I've been going once a month.
Oh, wow, like a period.
Yeah,
There you go.
get my period and then I go to Austin. Coincide it.
Smart.
No, every time I go to Austin, I'm on my worst behavior.
There was something about that city. It brings the evil out of you. You know,
Like,
it's
everyone's
a-
like, just have another drink. I'm
Exactly.
like, okay. I don't really drink that much when I'm in LA, but when I go to Austin, I'm on my worst behavior.
you know, you start smoking. You're
You're
around.
smoking, you're eating hot links suddenly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I know. Well, you're living out of a hotel. You feel like a drifter.
You're like, you want some brisket? Sure.
Yeah.
I'll come back
brisket.
with like meat sweats.
Yes.
I come back and I'm like, I need a detox.
Right.
I can't
right.
live there full time.
And then even when I'm doing productive shit, I feel naughty. Like Rogan's like, let's get in the ice bath, then we're gonna do a sauna, then we're gonna lift with the rock, and I'm like, what the fuck? I should gotta map this over like a month. I can't do this all in one day, and then a podcast, and then shows at night. It's crazy.
And then you want to eat the best food you've ever eaten in your life. There's
Yeah.
lots of good restaurants.
Great food, great restaurants.
Have you been to the Sushi Scratch?
I have.
That was and Pasta Bar. Have you been to Pasta Bar?
I have not, but Brian Simpson took me to the sushi, and it was pretty
the
amazing.
Sushi will fuck you up.
So good, and they present it so well. And I was the guy who was too on because I was uncomfortable because I grew up in Louisiana and
Yeah.
I'm a dweeb. And I was like, hey, look at this guy. What do you got? Eel? Watch
yeah.
out, it might be electric. Brah, brah, brah. And they're like, shut up. You know, soft music playing.
It is. It's very like it's an experience.
Oh yeah. And I'm so fat and gay. I'm like, give it out
Give
faster.
me a hoagie and let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it happened. Yeah, so that's really fun. There's lots of good fucking food though. They also have the burger place, Not a Damn Chance. Have you tried that?
No.
Oh my god, you have to.
Okay.
It's this, Philip, who owns Sushi Scratch, has this hamburger called Not a Damn Chance. It's the best smash burger in Austin.
Man, you know the chef names.
Yeah, I hung out with
That's-
them. I've been going
wow.
once a month, Mark.
Yeah, I guess so. You're in. Do you think it's the next hub? Is LA out? Austin's in? Is it a flash in the pan? Is it over? Is it here? What do you think?
I think Austin's a major city for comedy now. I think it's gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna fully move there, but it's LA, Austin, New York. Don't you think?
Oh, interesting. Over Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can get so much stage time.
Can
in
you
Austin.
really?
In Austin?
Well,
I get
mean,
like 5 sets a night.
What?
Yes.
At the Vulcan, the mothership,
Like
the
a
Sunset,
combination, like
the Cap City?
between Mothership, Vulcan, Sunset.
Okay.
And then when I'm in LA, I don't get sets like that.
No, LA's tough.
LA's harder, yeah.
And you're like in there.
Yeah, I'm in LA, but I started in LA, so I've yeah.
Wow,
But it's
okay.
easier to get better at stand up in Austin. So I like to go once a month because I can tighten up my material. It's harder to do that in LA because I'm not going to get up 5 times.
Yeah, all right. Wow, I didn't know you get up that much.
Yeah.
But are there people at the Vulcan? You know, sometimes I show up there and there's 4 people and Hans Kim is crying.
It just depends on the night.
Okay.
I've gone to the Vulcan and it's been packed, and I've gone to the Vulcan and it hasn't been.
All right. All right.
The Sunset Room, Red Band's new club, they added a curtain, so it's like to the stage, so it's
That
a little
helps.
smaller now. It makes a huge difference.
Because that's a big ass room and it's tall.
It's the perfect room for music. But the first time I did stand up in there, I was like, I'm scared. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
It was a different energy. But yeah, they added a curtain. It's a lot better now.
Okay, good. All right, man, I'm going back. I'm excited. And you can do all the pods, Segura and Pazitsky and
Rogan, Kill Tony.
There you go.
All of them.
Yeah, what's his face? Danny Brown
Danny
and
Brown.
Laura Compton's boobs.
Oh, yeah, Laura Compton. The dating show with
Yeah.
Laura Compton.
I did that when it got like 500,000 views. Or
Really?
1.5 million views, yeah. So
Really?
it's popping.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I just wore sunglasses so I wouldn't stare.
I've never met her.
She's
but,
not very nice.
But when I meet her, I'm going to wear sunglasses so I can stare.
Yeah, they're...
When I do that, I'll do the Normand. I'll be like, titties are tittying.
Yeah, yeah, they are out there, and they're real.
They are.
Oh, yeah. Realer than that black lady's weave, I'll tell you
Never
that.
forget. Never forget. Literally my 9/11.
Yeah.
You know, it's bad when you have to start being like, I'm not a bad person.
I came with Jamar. I'm not racist.
I was sitting on Jamar's lap. I'm definitely not racist.
Yeah, right?
Does that count for anything?
I know, and there is a racial component there with the black lady weave.
And then, like, the white, bitchy, privileged lady that thinks it's okay to touch her. I know. I saw her see the way that she perceived me, and I knew that there was no having her perceive me any other way.
It's hard to win over a lady that hates you. You know.
So hard.
It's so hard.
It's harder than winning over a man that hates you. I'll tell you that.
100%. Yeah. What is it? No wrath like a woman scorned.
A pissed off woman.
Well, sorry.
No, go on.
She's smart because they obviously had it out for you. And then once she got the hair touch, she was like, we got him. It's almost like the...
She was waiting for it.
Yeah, it's like the insurrection with Trump. You know, it's like, all right, we hate this guy, grab him by the pussy, he's a piece of shit. Oh, the erection happened, or insurrection happened. It's like, it's almost a good thing for them.
Yeah.
Which is ironic, because like everybody claims to hate it so much, but you're also like, we won. That's it.
Yeah,
Case
that
closed.
was it. I got kicked out.
Yeah.
Getting kicked out of a strip club.
I saw
hurts.
it. I saw it in real time. Yeah.
Have you ever been kicked out of a strip club?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure. When I was 18, we used to go to New Orleans, and we were dumb. One time, we went on my friend's birthday when he was 18, and when it's your birthday, they do a test where all the women bring you on stage. He was in basketball shorts, and if they dance on you, and if you get a boner, you lose. So they put up a bunch of money, and I can't remember how it goes, but they put up a bunch of money, and if he gets a boner, you lose the money. And if he doesn't get a boner, you get to keep the money.
He got a boner.
He got a boner.
And everyone's just waiting to see if he gets a boner.
Yeah, it's very...
That's a very aggressive game.
It was aggressive, but...
It sounds fun, kind of.
It was awesome. We had a great time. I mean, it's totally sexual assaulty, but...
Yeah.
No one cares if it's on a guy.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and we were all enjoying it. Have you seen that video? The girl twerking on the guy who jizzed?
No.
Oh,
Can we pull that up?
Oh, man. And the guy's like, he owns it. He's like, yeah, I jizzed. What do you want from me?
No.
The girl was an excellent twerker.
He just owned the fact that he jizzed. One time I dry humped a guy and he came.
No
dry humped
way.
me. He dry humped me and he came.
What?
And it was the worst because I was like, can we just have sex?
Yeah.
He was
Wow.
like oddly religious and weird about sex. So
There
he
you
just
go.
dry humped me to completion. And I was like, I'm chafed. Can you get off of me, dude?
What is he, Mormon?
It was weird. Did
Whoa.
you find the twerking video?
Oh, it's out there.
It's tough to find something with
Jizz-
those search terms.
It's fine.
It was a
But
black lady,
I can
white
show
guy.
you.
We can
I
use
mean-
our imaginations.
It was pretty popular. It did the rounds.
I tried Google and it was giving me websites that I probably can't show on.
Oh, that's okay. I don't want to get
got
taken
it.
down.
Yeah, don't get taken down. But I'll send you the link.
Send me the link. I'll watch and we can figure it out.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a compliment. The guy came. You know, he thought you were hot and came.
Yeah, there is something that feels bad when a dude doesn't come.
Oh yeah, you gals really get butthurt by that.
Really take it personally.
Mm-hmm. Same with the not getting it up.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, welcome to our world. We never get women off. We deal with it.
Yeah, that's true.
But women are like, what are you, gay? I mean, I've been called horrible things when I can't
Well, but
come.
it's also because sometimes it's like people are on SSRIs,
What's that?
antidepressant. It makes it harder to come. Obviously,
True.
Your serotonin levels are in order because you're not on one.
No, I don't.
You're
you
like,
on
what? Yeah. I'm on
SSRI.
I'm on Prozac, baby.
Really?
I'm on Prozac. How do you think I got over the incident from the peppermint hippo. You think I did that naturally, Mark?
I think we could work through it. I think the pills are a Band-Aid. Look, we've all been sad.
Maybe.
You got to work through it, and that's the only way to conquer it, or else you're just going to be sick. You're putting a Band-Aid.
That's true. But you can't just go off of them willy-nilly. You got to taper off of them.
Oh, okay. Can you drink on these?
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Good news. You can drink on them.
Always good to add a depressant.
When you're already depressed.
Yeah. Fuel on the fire.
Why not?
Just saying, I think we could. If I was a therapist, I would recommend against it.
I agree. I don't think it's the ultimate solution.
Yeah.
I think that if you're struggling and you need help during a period of time, it's there, and then you don't have to be on it for forever.
Yeah, I just worry it atrophies your strength, like your mental strength.
Right.
You know, like, hey, we'll just use this
as a Band-Aid.
As a Band-Aid. It's like a steroid. It's better to just build
I'm
your own.
Juicing, baby.
You're juicing. You're mentally juicing.
I'm
emotionally.
juicing and loving it, though.
Is it? Do you feel happy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But see, that should be something you snort on a Saturday night just to get a buzz going.
No, because I'm afraid of fentanyl.
That's true. Good point.
Taking SSRI, everything's just a little.
I had a bachelor party and all my friends. I've never done blow, but they all got a bunch of blow, and then they had to test it, which took all the fun out of it.
Yeah, you got to do a lab test. Like you become a fucking scientist to do the drugs.
But it's like wearing a condom. You want to just get in there, and now we're like, oh, we got to be precautionary. Take a test.
I know, yeah. And also, well, I have some friends that still do coke. I think that's crazy, but I'm like, did you guys test it? Like, no, well, I watch everyone else do it first. And if they're alive, I'm like, is that how fentanyl works? I'm like, you just wait and see if your friends die?
That's crazy.
If they're alive and bouncing off the walls, you're like, I guess it's safe. Let's go.
Why do we not give a shit about the fentanyl? I know, like, everybody's paid off by the Sackler family.
We're drug addicts.
I know,
we're
but I'm saying...
We're a country of addicts.
Of course we are. We're a country of addicts and guns and overweight and trans and all this. But I thought the government cared about us. You know, that's how you know they don't give a shit. They're letting us all do fentanyl.
Well, if we legalized it.
I don't know about that. Well, Portland's not doing great.
Yeah, Portland.
Yeah, it's like saying, hey, my kids are a little out of control. We'll just give them heroin.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't know. But look, I'm no politician. I'm just saying the fentanyl's killing half the country. We were so wound up about COVID. This is killing more people, and it's available, at a pharmacy.
It's scary.
Very scary. No one gives a shit.
I'm tired of, the other thing I don't like about Portland? I don't want to see any more teenagers with pit bulls curled up.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. Pit bulls make me nervous. I'm with Michael Vick. Kill them all.
Pit bulls, like homeless teens with pit bulls.
Bad luck.
Bad combo.
Bad luck. Norm Macdonald had a great bit about it. It's the longest walk in the world for the dog. Yeah, and you end up feeling bad for the dog. I don't give a shit about this scruffy honky. I'm worried about the pup.
Yeah, I need to listen to Norm's bit.
Oh,
I've
it's
never
an oldie.
heard it.
It's a classic.
Norm was amazing.
The king. Whatever happened to him?
I don't know.
All right. Stomach cancer.
Was it stomach?
Yeah.
Oh, he was the funniest.
If you watch, I'm a huge fan. If you watch old Lettermans of him, he's holding his stomach because he's in pain. But he never told anybody.
He was?
Yeah. You can probably find that.
That is so.
Who knows?
When he died, we found out that he had cancer the whole time. Nothing made me more sad. I mean,
I know. What a badass. Like, everyone's on this victim bullshit. Like, oh, I'm oppressed, and this guy has cancer. Never brings it up.
Never brings it up once?
Amazing.
Ugh, I loved the Norm Macdonald podcast that he did with Adam.
Oh, so good. I love that he trashed Adam the whole time.
Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah.
He would call him a Holocaust denier, and Adam's Jewish. Adam was, God damn it. My mom thinks I'm a Holocaust denier now.
Yeah, what's great about Norm is all these, like they'll do on YouTube, like, a black kid hears Pink Floyd for the first time. And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I love those videos. Those are my favorite videos to watch.
They're great, but now they're doing it with Norm. And they're like, this dude's fucking hilarious. And you're like, yeah, no shit. This guy's the best.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch them hear him for the first time.
They're doing that now?
Yeah.
Can you send me that link? I want to watch that.
Just type it in YouTube. Black Kids Norm.
Okay, I will.
It's all over. There's a bunch of them.
Because I love watching the black kids listening to different music for the first time. It's amazing.
I know, and you're like, why are we so divided? Like a black kid should know about Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, like why do? Yeah.
We like Killer Mike or Drake or Kendrick Lamar or whatever, you know.
If you could pick a song to listen to for the first time ever again, what song would you pick?
Jesus Christ, that's a tough one. Oh man, I don't know. WAP? No.
Wet ass pussy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what you said?
That's a tough one. There's so many great tunes out there, but I'm not really a music expert.
Well, you don't know?
I don't know, but I mean, if I
you
could
don't
pick
have a
one
favorite?
song. Huh.
It's hard to pick just one song.
Yeah, I couldn't do it with a movie either. I'm not good with nailing down that one thing. What about you?
Well, last time I said Fleetwood Mac, it would be a Fleetwood Mac song.
I love Gypsy.
You love
That's
Gypsy?
my top 5 favorite songs of all time.
Gypsy's a good one. Would you, if you could hear Gypsy for the first time again?
Sure, that'd be great.
That would maybe be a good one.
I'm in love with that Stevie Nicks voice.
I know, she's amazing.
What a voice. Taylor Swift can suck it. Suck it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a Swift hater. I just don't care about
Don't piss off
her.
the community. They'll come for us.
Those Swifties are angry.
So angry.
Did you see on the internet? Now I'm bringing it back, but this girl tweeted, the way Taylor Swift sings and the words she says taps into a woman's heart, and she says all the things we're thinking. Do men have someone like that for them? And everybody wrote Norm.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah. The Taylor Swift thing, here's the thing.
Uh-oh. Lay it on
During
me.
the pandemic, your girl gave her a few lessons while you were teaching yourself how to drive stick.
Yeah.
I was I was learning the Swift catalog.
Oh.
And let me tell you,
Please.
it does do something.
Okay.
And I'm not happy about it.
If you like it, you like it.
I'm a closet Swiftie. I'm not going to lead with the fact I'm a Swiftie because I'm smart
Yeah.
and I'm cool. You can't lead with the fact you're a Swiftie if you're cool.
I bet if you went to a Swiftie concert,
I would not be cool.
You would love every minute of it. You would be like
I'm
entranced.
crying.
Yes,
I have
exactly.
the friendship bracelets.
Oh yeah, you'd be hugging other fat chicks. You would love it.
Fucking, how much are the tickets though?
Oh, it's got to be like $2,000 or something.
It's like, fuck it.
Yeah, no, it's
I
crazy.
remember Nikki Glaser was like, yeah, instead of freezing my eggs, I went to Taylor Swift concert 7 times.
Oh wow, that's got to be like $4,000,
Yeah.
$5,000 for all that.
Yeah.
Well, she's loaded.
Yeah.
And Nikki, I think, is single, so I think she really taps into that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
She loves
Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. She could be the Taylor Swift of comedy. She's like a pretty blonde lady who sings about or talks about heartbreak.
That's true. Well, I started dating a guy and he was like, don't Taylor Swift me. I was like, oh.
Well,
she's a verb now. I was like, well, be good. And then
Yeah.
I won't T-Swift you if you're good.
Well, here's the thing I don't get. All these men, she has like 12 guys she's dated, and she hates all of them. She writes a song. Maybe she's the problem. Has that ever thought maybe she's the common denom here? These guys are like, we just broke up. It fizzled out. Why am I an asshole?
She has thought of that because she has that song. It's me. I'm the problem.
Oh.
It's me.
Oh, okay.
Anti-hero.
Oh, all right, great. Well, at least
So
she's
she
self-aware.
thought of it.
All
One
right.
thing about Swift is she's self-aware.
All right. Good to have her back. I like
to
that.
have her back.
I mean, the Kelsey thing is going to be ugly.
I'm just like, oh yeah, the breakup.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's going to hit her.
You think?
Yeah, we're all rooting for it. She's getting CTE. That's going to be a twist.
That would be fucking insane. And the album comes out. It's called CTE.
Yeah, well, I think he's used to black women, so he'll probably raise that fist a little quicker.
You don't think that they're gonna make it?
No, I don't think so.
I'm so gullible. I'm like, they're gonna live happily ever after in a castle. There's gonna be swans and horses.
Too perfect. Like the hot or the popular blonde is dating the football player.
It's kind of it makes me a little nauseous.
A little bit, yeah.
I was like, can one of you be bad? Like dye your hair
know.
black, get a tattoo or something.
Yeah, give me some edge.
Give me some edge.
Well,
Pierce your tongue.
Did you see him singing Viva Las Vegas?
That doesn't even appeal to me at all.
Oh, it was
Was
so
it rough?
cringy. He won the Super Bowl, and he's like, "Viva Las Vegas!" And she's sitting there like, "Oh yeah."
No, can we find that?
Please find something. Who's on the Google machine
Natalie.
here? Good Lord.
The Google machine.
But yeah, it's a little cringy. It feels a little forced. I'm not like a conspiracy queef. Oh, here it is.
Oh, I hate it. No. No.
He's so proud of himself.
I just got.
I think they cut to her at some point.
Oh, she looks like she's gonna throw up.
Yeah. By the way,
I would be so embarrassed.
oh yeah, that's brutal. That's the best she's ever looked.
Was
by the way.
was that him singing?
Yeah,
That was singing?
because it was in Vegas and he won, so he was
No,
all
I know,
amped
but
up.
that was sad and dark.
It was
I'm glad
bad.
we brought that up.
Yeah, sorry.
That
sorry.
was whoa.
But if that's what he's showing the world, imagine what's going on at the household.
yeah.
Yikes.
Viva Las Vegas. It's so dark.
Ah, come on.
That would be like, yeah, that must have been painful for her to watch.
Oh yeah. Just keep to the football, buddy. Keep the helmet on.
Let's talk about the pigskin,
Yeah.
sweetie.
Yeah, throw the ball, catch the ball.
Yeah. Please don't talk. Yeah, that makes me feel like they're not going to make it to marriage.
No, 100%.
That video alone,
What is
I
she,
needed that.
35?
I think
36?
34. I think she's
34.
34?
Okay, those eggs are starting to scramble a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe she froze them. She's got the money.
She definitely has the money. Hers are on ice.
Yeah, 34.
She's 34.
Okay. I mean, I know a lady who had a baby at 43.
Naturally?
No. But it happened.
It is. Yep, it can happen.
Would
Do you want kids?
I think I do.
Do you know how many?
I'd like 2.
That's normal.
2 is good. You go to 3, 4, 5, your whole
Shit
life's
gets
over.
weird.
Yeah.
She gets weird when
Real
you become
weird.
when you're outnumbered by them.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Yeah.
And 2's good. They can play with each other. They can bond. Great.
Great.
But
Then you can have new material from the
Yeah.
experience.
and not to be crass, but what's the point of marriage without them? Because now you're just like, well, we're tethered and we like each other, but we're just gonna do this forever.
Yeah, no,
just
you're
watch
right.
Movies and go to eat.
You're right. I hear what you're saying.
Do you want them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, you'd be a fun mom.
Yeah, I definitely want babies.
Oh, I could see you out in this blue coat, getting the newspaper and
Come
pajamas.
on, children.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell them about what happened at the strip club in 23.
Yeah.
The Skankfest stories no one hears about.
What a cool mom. My mom has big red glasses, short gray hair, and alligator earrings and a muumuu and Crocs. I could never imagine her
Alligator earrings?
at Skankfest.
Alligator earrings?
She
Are
has
they
all these,
actual
like-
alligators?
No, like dangly cartoon alligators.
That's fun.
Yeah, she's a fun lady, but if I saw my mom at Skankfest, I'd kill myself.
Dude, Kim's mom almost came to Skankfest. If my
What?
mom could never come to Skankfest.
No.
She'd be crying.
Of course. My mom's
It's not
like,
a place for mothers.
you got that right.
Right?
Of course, yeah. It's just a drug-fueled, like Zach Amico shirtless doing a roast battle with blood on his
Stapling
face.
himself?
Yeah, my mom would like slit her wrist if she saw that.
It's too much.
Too much for a mom.
It's-
Keep the moms out of Skankfest.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Bonnie McFarlane can go.
She's a
Christina
cool
P.
mom.
She's a cool mom.
You got to be a cool mom to go to Skankfest.
Wait a minute. There's Christina Pazitsky,
Yeah.
and then there's Esther Pavinsky.
Yeah.
Okay, these Polacks are tough to keep
They're
up with.
taking over.
Well, it's the names. They're so similar.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I never realized that they're kind of similar.
Well, that's why we go Christina P.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
and Little Esther.
Yeah.
Great, appreciate it.
Little Esther making a little Esther. She's pregnant.
What?
You didn't know that?
Oh, the baby's gonna be the same size.
I know. You
That's-
didn't know she was pregnant?
No, good for her.
Yeah, she's due soon.
Whoa. Pavit.
But it was so crazy when I found out she was pregnant because I was like, huh? I feel like she's a child.
Yeah, of
'Cause
course.
someone named Little is pregnant. You're like, that seems wrong.
And she is little, and she talks and dresses like a little kid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like, I was like, oh, dude, we're getting old. When I saw Little Esther was pregnant, I was like, shit, time's running out.
It's going, baby. That
I gotta
clock
get-
will not stop.
I got to get my club shot up.
Yeah, get a little Columbine going down there.
Sooner rather than later, sweetie.
Oh, yeah. We need an Orlando shooting, huh? Well, hopefully. You don't want a gay kid. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's our podcast.
Oh,
it's
is
a
that
funny
it?
one to end on.
Cut that. Hey, she touched the black lady's hair. How about that, huh?
I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, there
Like
you go.
Taylor Swift.
It's me. I'm the problem.
Yes. This comes out, I think, next week. So where can people find you? What do you want to plug?
I will be all over the road. MarkNormanComedy.com. Listen to We Might Be Drunk, Tuesdays with Stories. And I'm coming to a town near you. I just announced new dates. So check out the site and queef it up.
Queef it up, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can find me here every Wednesday on Shenk and every Monday on This Bitch. Patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk for bonus content. And Kim Congdon and I have 2 big shows. The Main Room of the Comedy Store, 314. This Bitch and Friends. It's me, Kimmy, Ali Makovsky, Greg Fitzsimmons, Ian Edwards, Josh Potter, Ryan Sickler.
Wow, great group.
It's a great group, yeah. And then also April 18th, it's me, Whitney, Beth Stelling, Kim Congdon, and we're adding men, so don't worry.
Need some laughs here,
Yeah.
folks. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what it is. Get the tickets sooner rather than later at Princess Shenk. We'll see you next week. Bye.